What's up, T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with a new behind the scenes tea video. So after the explosive mid-season finale, where Melody was confronted by Destiny over their failed friendship, she was accused of allowing her ex-husband Martell to cheat respectfully. She was also accused of being a lesbianist child. Well, Melody went live on her TikTok to basically confront all of those allegations and tell her side of the story. She even made it very apparent that there is a rift between her and Carlos King. The once cool dynamic duo have fallen out officially, child. But in this video, Mel will address all of the behind the scenes tea that we do not know about her fallout with Destiny. And baby, it was a lot revealed. Let's take a listen to what she had to say.
By way of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I think something that came a big topic of conversation. I'm reading y'all's comments. A big topic of conversation, which they showed tonight, and I appreciate them showing it tonight at the dinner table. One of the first scenes we had, which was us at the dinner table, and I mentioned respectful cheating. Okay, so let's start from the beginning of it all. The beginning of it all. So, if you notice in that conversation, I said, well, apparently it is a respectful way to cheat, apparently. And I made that comment because after I caught my ex in his shenanigans, and he began to reveal all these other shenanigans that were happening, right? And some of the shenanigans I knew firsthand almost because it was told directly to me by the person. So not quite firsthand because I wasn't there, but she was. So long story short, whenever all of that came out and was revealed, for me, it became like oh, wow. So people be out here cheating, but they do it in a way where their spouse knows nothing about it. Oh, gotcha. Ain't nobody calling their phone. Ain't nobody pulling up to their house. Ain't nobody doing all of the extras. Oh, right. And that was why I made the comment and why I even asked the question. So that's what that was. In no way, I think we all know this anyway, in no way was there a situation where I was ever teaching anybody to cheat with my ex-husband. That's dumb to me. It's crazy. But hearing it come out of somebody's mouth just kind of makes me feel like saying, that's why I don't fool with you, because you're stupid. Like, what you're saying is stupid. What you're doing is stupid. And that's why I don't be fooling with you, because you stupid. So as I began to run down all of if that was the case, I would have never needed you to be a shoulder to cry on, right? But you love to tell everybody you was a shoulder for me to cry on. Or if that was the case, I wouldn't have gone through all these different things that have been publicly talked about by me and my ex, all of the crying, the depression, the closet moments. Like, why would there be any of that? Doesn't make sense. So I want to say that and I'm going to reveal quite a few of them. But when I post or I say flying monkeys, y'all, I say it because I mean it. Because I mean it. And when I keep hearing stuff repeated, because this is to me how stupid they are. They literally say the same stuff. And then it doesn't take long to realize who the source is. It doesn't take long to realize where it's coming from, right? So when you start looking at this same little small group of people, right, who talk to each other, this same little small group of people, they're getting their information from the same person who doesn't mind lying probably in his sleep. So it's like, wow. And here's the thing. Let's keep it a buck. I have heard my ex say that y'all was friends. I mean, y'all talked on the phone before, y'all was friends. I said, what? To him, I said, what? That sounds so insane. But to hear it repeated, that's why you can't tell me where you cannot tell me that you're not getting this information, where you getting this information from. Like, stop it. Somebody said giving talking points. Pretty much, not pretty much, yes. Yes, talking points, giving them to these flying monkeys. So it's just that, and it further, to be real with y'all, it further shows me how important and necessary it was for me to get to myself like I did. You know what I'm saying? Get to myself like I did. Stop hanging with certain people. Like, because the fact of the matter is, y'all, there are so many people who have been involved in this entire process. And the fact of the matter is, what you had and what I knew was happening is you had a person trying to turn everybody against me because they felt like if they could turn everybody against me, that would make them look better and possibly give a reason for me to need them and come back home. I'm just going to keep it a buck. So when you talk about having an issue with me having some solid friends, when you talk about having an issue with me having a great village and support team, that is where the issue comes from. And all the little people who keep rolling it off their tongue. Let's go back to my video premiere party, Telltale Signs, right? There was a conversation there, and Destiny was like, I want to be part of your village. Da, da, da. The only reason you're concerned about my village is because my ex is talking to you about my village. And that's weird. That was weird too. So people think that I just cut people off and just don't engage with people or kick it with people. It's because I already saw what was going down. Just like my one friend who shared with me, she was like, hey, Mel, she said, I want you to know that I see, and she's a very mature friend. We've been friends for about 14, 15 years. She's super mature. She don't do mesh drama and all of that. And she was like, I want you to know, I see how Martell turned your friends against you. She came to my house one day and we were just having lunch, but we ended up talking. And I was like, why you say that? And she was like, well, because he wanted me to do a project for him, a certain project. And I told him no, because I don't feel right doing it because you're my friend. And his response was, you think she your friend? You think she your friend? She was like, and if I was a weak chick, I would have been like, well, what you mean? Why are you saying that? What she say about me? Why you say that? She said, but I said to him, well, even if Melody ain't my friend, I'm her friend. So I'm not going to be able to do it. So those type of things, you guys, when I know for a fact the whole agenda that has been like tried to be pushed, and I know this stuff, just like when we sat on that reunion stage last year, and Martell said to Stormy, retreat now, retreat. See, that's the stuff he's been running around doing, y'all, for the longest. And I see the little flying monkeys because they all say the same stuff. So, for example, I'm going to read this to y'all. This is literally a text this week. Somebody asked me if I could help them do something. I said, because this is not my blood relative. So I said, did you ask Martell? She said, yeah, he ain't respond. If you don't want to, it's okay. I'll figure something else. I said, I was saying to ask him since I helped out the last few times. She says, he's still salty. I won't stop dealing with you. He don't be trying to help me for real. I said, still salty, right? What he be saying? Like, he literally has you helping watch the kids when he got them. So that don't make sense. She said, basically, he feels like I make your life easy. So let me tell y'all something. Basically, he feels like she makes my life easy. See, this is stuff y'all don't know. That's why all these people connected in a way. The reason I don't fool with them, the reason I don't really talk to them, I'll show up and film my scenes and have fun filming a show. But I know the energy that's coming from the other side, and I've been peeped it. And so for that reason alone, it's not necessary for me to be engaged, involved with, or any of that, the same people you are engaged and involved with. Just don't. It doesn't make sense for me to do that. So yeah, and like I say, y'all, we taking it slow tonight. I'm slow rolling it out here tonight. I ain't in no rush. I'm not about to talk fast. We about to go slow. We about to get through all of it. So stuff like that. I'm going to tell y'all another example. My daughter had a tennis match. So we were there. Nell and Chris ended up coming to the tennis match too. So we were all there, and after the tennis match, we was kind of just all standing there talking a little bit. And somehow Stormy came up, right? Somehow Stormy came up. And so I'm so smart with it to where it's like I'm already figuring out what you're doing, but I'm going to let you tell on yourself. So while we talking, I said, what did I say? What did I say about her? Now, mind you, I'm remembering her mama saying that I supposedly said she was ghetto. And I'm like, how could I say that? I don't even know her. I didn't even know her. I just met her. I don't know her. So I said in that conversation, me, him, Miss Nell, and Chris, and I said, oh, what did I say about her? That she ghetto? Said, right? And that fool said, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, that's what you said, yeah. I said, and you a doggone lie. I said, but now I know where that lie done came from. I said, you a doggone lie. Now I know where the lie came from. So, y'all, it's a lot of little stuff like that. I promise y'all. Y'all see the stuff that's happening on TV, but it be stuff happening behind the scenes too, baby. And that is why you may see me respond or react or not be here for the fake and shenanigans and stuff, because it's stuff that be happening outside of the TV screen. It is. So I was wondering where Miss Betty had got that from, why she said that somebody told her, to my Huntsville smile, somebody told her I said Stormy was ghetto. And I was like, I didn't even know her to even say such a thing. Had never even heard of her. What are you talking about? But see, told on himself. So that was interesting. So again, another thing that happened on the stage, because again, I pay attention to stuff. Y'all got to remember that. I pay attention to stuff. I remember on the stage at a reunion last year, and I don't know if this part aired, it may have, but it was a point when I said, Betty M was saying something, I think, about my fans or something. And I was like, I said something like, you over here in groups liking and saying stuff with people in here talking about my children, dogging my kids out. This is what I said on the stage. I said, so you over here liking stuff? She looks at Martell and says, that ain't true, Martell. No, I didn't. That ain't true. So I saw that interaction and I said, yeah, see, I can tell y'all probably talk. I'm just saying. Because why was it so important to you for you to look at him and make sure he understood that you didn't talk about his kids? Okay, so I watched that. I'm like, yeah, okay, bet. So that happened. And in regards to, no, that didn't air. Well, it happened. Yeah, the Puppet Master. Tell the truth, child. I'm just like, listen. And I cannot make this up. This text, y'all, this was literally this week. This girl said, basically, he feels like I make your life easy. I'm telling y'all, men will want you to have a hard time. They will want you to not be able to live a good life after them, so you will come back to them. Let's just keep it above. So anybody, let me tell y'all, anybody who has been a strong support system around me has been attacked. Anybody who has been a person who has been a strong support system behind me has been attacked, all the way to, yes, the millimeters. Yes, even to the millimeters. Anybody who has stood 10 toes down with me, anybody who has stood, you know what I'm saying, 10 toes down and had my back has been attacked. And I see it very plain as day. It's super clear to me. Super clear to me. So all the way from my brother, all the way from, you know, my brother not wanting the kids around him because he's gay. So that's their uncle. What you mean? Yeah, my makeup artist, Jay, my mother, Like any in my fan base, like anybody who has been a support system for me has been attacked. So I see it very plain as day, like just being honest, I do. And so that's why for me, y'all, real talk, I literally stay away, like kind of just stay to myself when it comes to people who are dually connected, because I already know what's happening on that side. I already know. Not by way of me, but I already know the stuff happening on that side. And the funny thing is that unfortunately you have some people who fall for it and some people who fall. I mean, manipulation ain't new, and you have some people who fall for it, and it is what it is. The double standard stuff is so prominent in this group. It is. So let's say this. Let me say this. After I see y'all talking about they are so weak. Yeah, I agree. After the trip was over, I literally, y'all, this is how serious I take hosting. So I'm Southern born and raised. So Southern hospitality is huge for me. And I literally remember wanting, even throughout the trip, before the last day, every day I would ask people, hey, are you having fun? Are you enjoying the activities we're doing? You want to do something else? Like, are you good? I was asking everybody that. Are you good? Do you want to do something else? Are you enjoying the activities? Are you enjoying the food? Do you like the food? You want, different stuff on the menu? That's how I was every day of the trip. The last day of the trip, I literally went around to everybody's rooms early that morning to check on everybody, because the trip is done. Everybody's leaving today. Let's make sure everybody's good. All right, did y'all enjoy the trip? Did y'all have a good time? Okay. I did that every day. I did that every day. I think by now y'all all understand the sleeping arrangements and how that went, what happened there. And why I put people where I put people. First of all, let me say, before I got there, I didn't look at the layout of the house. It was not that deep to me. They sent me a picture of the house. I saw the water and the walkout piece, and I said, okay, bet, it looks beautiful. And that was that. But when I got there, I made the decision that I felt made sense. I know some of my friends offered up their room. I offered up my bathroom and closet. Like, I'm like, y'all, the house is all of ours. Like, there's no, even though we got a bed to sleep in, the house belongs to all of us. If you want to come up in here, come on up in here. I'll step out, do your thing. Like, if you want a tub night, it doesn't matter. So that's how that part happened. But anyway, I went downstairs, checked on everybody. And even when I went down to check on Destiny, even then, because I'm still human. So even then, whenever it was shared with me, like, mentally, I'm having a hard time with all of, the Sunny Moses stuff going on. And I was like, oh, you didn't know that she was going to be here? And she was like, no. I said, I didn't know you didn't know she was going to be here. I was like, I did not know that. Oh, wow. Okay. Gotcha. So you found out when you got here? Yes. I'm like, oh, okay. And I said to her, I said, well, look, I said, if anything is taking like a stronghold on you, let people know. Like, if it's too much for you mentally, let people know. You don't have to do anything. And I literally said that. Just a conversation just me and her having. Wasn't no cameras, wasn't no other people, to be, wasn't trying to make a scene of it. It was literally just a conversation like, hey, listen, if it's too much for you, let people know. You ain't got to do nothing, So had that conversation. Now, I will say, when I first sat down to speak with her, because I went to Sunny's room too, but when I first sat down to speak to her, to Destiny, I remember hearing a click on the phone that sounded like a recording. And I remember I said, oh, you recording me? Which, hey, but it was just like because listen, when I tell y'all my senses and everything be so on point, I know what it sounds like to click a record button on the phone. So I heard the little click and I said, oh, you recording me? It's the charge. I had plugged the phone in and charged. Girl, it's a different noise that a phone make when you plug it into a charger versus when you click that darn voice memo button and it go click. It starts, okay? But I let her have it. But because of that, in that moment, I'm like, okay, bet. Okay, bet. And I remember I went upstairs and I told Lauren about it. I said, girl, I went down to check on everybody to make sure everybody was good. I said, girl, why I feel like Destiny was recording, girl? And she was like, Lauren was like, what happened? I said, girl, I be having to press the voice memo sometimes on my phone or your phone. I said, girl, I heard the noise. I said, I heard it. And then I said, her face after that just gave it away. It just did. It just gave away like, it was, I'm charging. See? And then later on, that's what happened before I left out the room. Later on, she was like, see, it's I'm like, I bet, girl, bet. So that happened. Then came home again. The conversation went fine though. Like when I tell y'all, my friends at times couldn't even sit beside me because Destiny was rushing to sit beside me. And I'm not gonna say too much because y'all gonna see it. Sit beside me, God dang. We talked about it. So after all of that, to come back to Alabama and there to be these interviews with this shade, with this insinuation, like, oh, LB and her, well, she was at this restaurant picking up a plate. Okay, girl. I don't know, it was just weird. And then when Nell and Chris came to my daughter's tennis match, when they came, I remember Nell had just gone to, I think it was Marcel's maybe birthday at Black or something, because they were over there apparently. And she was like, Destiny I told her she ain't gonna be talking about you. Y'all know Miss Nell. She ain't gonna be talking about you around me. All she wanna talk about is Mel. And Nell told me that too when me and Stormy started hanging out, that Destiny would come by her daycare. And all she wanted to talk about is Mel and Stormy friendship. Mel and Stormy. She was, because Nell was like, Mel, she really hurt by y'all not being friends no more. She was like, Destiny come by here crying and talking about you. You and the friendship, and now she friends with, talking about me. I'm friends with Stormy and da. So when Nell came to the tennis match and she was like, yeah, we were at Black. And like I said, I think it was Marcel's birthday. She was like, all Destiny want to talk about is Melody. And if I come back on that show, I'm coming back with a vengeance, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, so I'm at the tennis thing, but I'm thinking like, girl, what vengeance of what and for why? Like, get your bag if that's what you're going to do, but focus on yourself. Like, I don't know. But again, I let that slide too. Whatever, right? Whatever. Even whenever they came today to the restaurant on the show, I was cool. I don't know if you could tell, but when they walked in, I smiled at everybody. I was fine. I was trying to get to the timeline like everybody else. I was good. I don't know if it was thought that I was going to back down off of what I said whenever, Tisha was like, well, Mel, because you were like, F Destiny, that is what I said. And girl code. Yeah, when it comes to girl, yeah, no, I'm good with that. So that was that. But what I will say is that it has been all this conversation that has been happening that I've just chosen not to make public or address or say anything about. But it's been happening. So my response and my reaction sometimes is probably why it is that, because, And then another thing that happened, this was probably maybe anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks ago, maybe. Because see, I also have an issue when people don't understand and respect boundaries. I have an issue when it comes to that too. And I'm noticing that a lot of people who don't understand boundaries are all kicking it together. Okay. All right. They all kicking it together and they don't respect boundaries, don't understand boundaries. So another thing, like 4 or 6 weeks ago, I was out of town because I had a speaking engagement. I think this is when I was in Florida. So when I had that speaking engagement in Florida, whenever that was, so my daughter had a tennis match, right? And Destiny came to the tennis match. Now, mind you, I wouldn't have thought nothing of it, wouldn't have cared too much, because the fact of the matter is, y'all, here's the thing. This summer, about every other week that my kids was over there with their daddy, they was going over to her spot, swimming and all of this. So I know she's around my kids, right? So whatever, right? Which is the double standards be so funny. That girl, I went and picked up a plate, baby, from Jails Forever, and she done said that she saw us together, yeah, at Jails Forever, though, picking up a plate. But girl, my kids be over there, you be over there, like, and I know that. So anyway. So Destiny was at the tennis match. No big deal, because again, my kids are around anyway. So whatever. So she's at the tennis match. But my problem was this, and the lack of respect of boundaries, okay? My mother was there because I was out of town. So she was here watching the kiddos for me. I had like this speaking engagement, like I told y'all. So the issue for me was this. You spoke to my mother at her granddaughter's tennis match, okay? My mother did not respond to you when you spoke. She don't have to. She doesn't have to, and who the hell are you to think that she does have to? What should have happened at that point was you should have, you know what? Ooh, boundaries, don't bet. Let me not say nothing bad. But instead what happened is you went louder and said, hey, Miss Van, out here at this tennis match with all these people. My mother still ignored you because, again, she don't have to talk to you if she don't want to. She doesn't have to talk to you. So then what you did is you did it a third time and got louder and said, hey, Miss Van, again. So my problem with that, again, y'all, this stuff y'all don't know about that happens outside of this show that causes me to treat the people the way I treat them. So, first of all, I said I'm glad I wasn't there. But what I didn't appreciate and like was that, okay, so whenever this continuous speaking happened, what did my ex do? Laughing about it? Well, why is he laughing? He should have been saying, hey, Destiny, chill out. She don't want to speak to you. She ain't got to speak to you. If you're going to watch the girls' game, watch the tennis match. That's that. So it's a lot of just disrespect, y'all, that be happening that is very much so. I keep myself calm because the opposite of my calmness just ain't good for nobody. It's just not. So I work very hard to be calm, to ignore a lot of stuff, and to try to stay in my own world, own space, because it be the fakery and the foolishness for me that really be like about to take me there. Because why in the world would you think my mother owes you a hello? I don't talk to you. I ain't gonna lie, I can't tell y'all before this season the last time I had seen or talked to Destiny. I don't talk to you. I don't talk about you, but I see you still coming around with the same BS. And it's unfortunate, but that's what's happening. It's the same BS, still lying, still throwing stuff out to see what's going to stick, as Marcel likes to say. Shout out to Marcel for that. I was trying to figure out what's going to stick. But look, no respect of boundaries. My mother don't have to speak to you. And let's be clear, this is her granddaughter's tennis match.
Ooh, child, that was a lot of tea that was spilled. If you guys enjoyed this first video, make sure you stay tuned for part 2, where Mel continues to spill the tea. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.